So now to more breaking news. A new fire sparking near Spokane. This is being called the Charles Fire. It's burning not far from the Autumn Lane fire. Fire officials tell us that resources are being diverted to try and put out the flames. Watch Duty says it's burned about 6 acres. Fox 13's AJ Janavel is out there right now. And AJ, you were just able to get a little closer. What can you tell us?
Sabir, since we were speaking to you in the last hour, the roads have reopened and the people who left their homes due to this fire have made their way back. I was talking to one woman who told me the fire started in her backyard. She was able to get a neighbor to help her to get her dogs out of the area. A scary situation for this community. They're on edge because something as simple as a quick spark can lead to this. Now, even though the roads have reopened, you can still see there are crews here behind me. And these are crews from across the country. As we were sitting here over the last few minutes, a crew from San Diego drove by. So this is showing just how dangerous this situation is here in Spokane County. Something as simple as a quick spark can lead to another wildfire. You have crews, Sabira, who have already been stretched thin. About 1,500 firefighters in the area battling the 3 previous wildfires in the county. These firefighters are coming from across the entire country. They're coming from fires. They're not rested. They're working nonstop, day and night. Some of them are getting breaks, sleeping in tents, and when you have a situation like this one and you have to spread those resources even thinner, it just shows how dynamic and dangerous this situation can be. Now, luckily, it seems officials are getting a handle on this situation, but the other 3 fires that are burning throughout Spokane County are still causing issues. We'll continue to be out here throughout the week providing you updates. Sabira?
And as for the other 3 major fires, they have burned through 11,000 acres, destroyed nearly 700 buildings, and fire crews are working around the clock to try and contain the flames. Roughly 67,000 people have been forced to leave their homes. Aaron Farinacci has been arrested and charged. He's accused of starting the Old Trails fire. Investigators say the other 2 fires, the Autumn Lane fire and the Fairview fire, were not sparked by lightning or another natural cause, but they want to stress whoever did started may not have done it on purpose. When it comes to containment, the Autumn Lane fire is 13% contained, and crews say it's the most active of the 3 fires. But fire crews were able to complete and reinforce containment lines. The Old Trails fire is also 13% contained, and the Fairview fire is 5% contained. This morning, Fox 13's AJ Janavel made his way through several neighborhoods to take a closer look at all of the damage. He says it was shocking to see homes burned to the ground in one side of the street and homes untouched on the other side, just feet away.
I can only imagine the stories, the hard times that these people had to go through, just leaving their homes and not knowing if they're going to come back to one. I had a small taste of that as a firefighter. It was the worst feeling, not being home with your family, trying to protect your home.
All this wildfire smoke is lingering in western Washington. You can see it's hazy just out over Lake Union this afternoon. Let's turn now to meteorologist Claire Anderson. Claire, we're seeing these type of conditions all throughout the state.
Yes, very smoky. Here's another look from Seattle, our Capitol Hill camera looking south. So this is where Mount Rainier should be, but of course we cannot see it again today because of the smokiness. It's hot and it's hazy. We'll start with the smoke. So here's a look at the latest air quality across the state. Of course, the worst air quality is east of the Cascades, Wenatchee at hazardous conditions along with Omak. We do see unhealthy conditions out towards Moses Lake, as well as Ellensburg, Yakima, down through Walla Walla, unhealthy for sensitive group for parts of Spokane. I do think there's probably more smoke in those outlying areas. You head to western Washington, unhealthy for sensitive groups on these monitors, but I was looking closer and more of these neighborhoods are in the red. So just if you can limit your time outside today, I know it's hot. You maybe want to go outside and be in the heat. The smoke can be dangerous, especially for young kids, also older adults. Into the Cascade foothills, unhealthy as well. Unhealthy for sensitive groups up north, and then you're seeing moderate conditions for the yellow. A little bit better once you get closer to the ocean. That air quality alert continues for tomorrow evening. Surface level smoke. So it is smoky tonight, especially areas around the South Sound down towards Tacoma and Olympia, Cascade foothills. Here's some good news. Heading into Thursday morning, it gets better. Notice the lighter blue colors. That's less smoke, light smoke. Still smoky for Seattle southward, south of I-90 through Tacoma, Olympia. into Thursday afternoon. But by Thursday night into Friday, we start to see more of that onshore push, bringing fresher air across the area, especially to the west side of the mountains. A little bit better conditions also for some spots in eastern Washington as well. Unfortunately, as that low swings in, it brings us fresher air, but gusty winds, very similar to what we saw last Saturday, which created so many issues in the Spokane area. A fire weather watch Friday morning through Saturday evening. Low relative humidities, 8%. Anything lower than 10 is very dry. And then wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. This does include all the areas with our major fires. So unfortunately, they'll be dealing with some really unfavorable conditions. Temperatures today, upper 80s to low 90s for parts of western Washington, especially the South Sound. We do have that heat advisory continuing through tomorrow evening. Temperatures again in the 80s and 90s. Looking at your extended forecast, 80s continue through Friday with a little less smoke, mostly sunny, and 80s for the weekend and cooler next week.